and welcome back to the Tea Soju C-Drama Podcast, your safe spot for C-Drama chatter. I'm your host, Liliana, and it's time to sit back, grab your tea, and let's chat Asian dramas. In today's episode, we have part 2 of the Pursuit of Jade review with Jess and Carol. But before we get into that, just some housekeeping. If you like the podcast, please like, share, and subscribe on the platform you listen on. That really helps the podcast reach other listeners. For more content, check out Patreon, where you can find behind the scenes, first impressions, Zoom meetups, and more. Finally, if you would like to chat to me or find a community, check out Discord, Instagram, and other socials. The link is in the episode notes. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. I mean, this has been no time at all for us because we're just recording
This
in one
felt
sitting.
instant.
It did.
1 week later.
Yeah. If you guys haven't listened, please go and listen to part 1 from last week. This will be part 2, and we're just going straight into spoilers. So, be warned with that. Do you guys, introduce yourselves very quickly just so that people are aware? But if you're coming to part 2, surely you listen to part 1, but still.
Hopefully. So my name is Jessica. I host the Daebak K-Rambles Podcast, and I am 1/3 of the drama trio. You've definitely heard my voice on this podcast before. And I'm here with 2 besties. Love it.
Yeah.
Love that for us. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Carol from Kdramasmusing on Instagram and Kdramasmusing on podcasts, Spotify, Apple, wherever. I'm happy to be back on the channel. You've also heard my voice before. I'm ready for part 2.
We're so ready for part 2. So in part 1, we talked about all of our non-spoiler thoughts. We also talked about all the controversies, all of the details about the show, and we went into everything about the Lin and arc. So anything up to about episode 19 was discussed in part 1. In this part 2, we are going straight into spoilers, and we'll be talking about from episode 20 onwards. So what I like to call the military arc, and then the revelation of everything, that's been coming. And then obviously we go back to the capital. So, guys, episode 20 and 21, I have to touch because we haven't really touched on them. So we have Bao and Chang Ning and the 2 little kids that stole everybody's hearts. So my God, Bao is being put through the absolute ringer, and we need to talk about it.
Oh yes, because he got kidnapped.
Yes,
by his biological father.
Crazy.
Yeah,
shame.
Yeah. So Chimin kidnaps Chen Chen and Bauer and sends them off to bumfuck from nowhere. We don't know where they are. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You are welcome to swear.
If you said point them out on a map, I'd be like, I don't know where they are.
Yeah. And then he starts threatening Chen Chen.
Yeah.
And that moment where he's threatening her with Bauer, that's when,
because she was strong.
When the sexiness just went down for me. It was not cute. And to see her, just that desperation to save her son, I felt for her deeply.
Yeah.
And just the way he treated Bauer, sadly, I understood him. And at the same time, I was like, this is not the way. Like, I think he was trying to make Bauer like him. Like, you have to be ruthless. Otherwise, you'll get eaten up by this world. And I get that.
I also don't think it was for Bauer's benefit. I think it was to torture the little kid that he doesn't love or cherish at all. It's just extra baggage, collateral damage on my way to possessing his mother.
Yes.
So I think he was just having fun,
He was just crazy.
He was crazy. I think it's explained a little bit better in the novel why he hates Bao so much, even though he's Chan Chan's son as well as his.
Competition for her.
It's competition, but also in the novel, he comes from a rape, so technically neither of them.
Do we need to talk about that? Because I picked that up definitely in the show.
Well, I think it gives context that the show lacks a little bit.
That's true.
I mean, he was never going to like this kid because she's obviously willing to do anything for this kid and she loves this kid, right? And in his twisted mind, he's just like, but why can't you love me? Why can't it just be me, me?
Yeah.
And, you know, that's the competition aspect of it. And I think because even later he says to her, but we can have more kids. It doesn't matter if he does. We can have other kids.
Yeah.
And it's just like
it's crazy. Like he's very animalistic. The whole
whatever. But mind you, there are men modern day who do that when they say, oh, they want a kid so much, the kid shows up and they're competing with the kid.
Oh yes. They get jealous of the baby.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a thing, but his is a bit extreme.
Yeah.
A bit. Yeah.
Sorry.
So I think one of the scenes that I really liked is the fact that when Changning is first brought to Bao-Er, and you see that Bao-Er is just in this dark place. There's no light. He's just like scribbling because his father said
has
he
what
has
looks
to
like
get
cataracts
better.
or something covering his vision. Got like gray
and
contacts on.
Yeah, and she comes in and she just brings the light in with her. And I'm like, oh my God, beautifully shot. And I don't think, look, at this point, because people are like making it romantic. And I'm like, look, these are two little kids. These are two little kids. They're two friends. Yes, they eventually in the novel do grow up to be together and whatnot. But at this point, they're just two kids who find a lot of comfort in each other. So that scene was just so well shot. So well shot.
I love that scene too. Yeah, because he comes out of his mania or whatever. He was literally going crazy.
And now let's talk briefly about his mom, Chen Chen.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I don't think we've given her enough love yet.
Yeah. Because where you have brute force with Chen Yu, you have something else with Chen Chen. Number one, I saw people saying she transmigrated into
I fully believe that. I thought that was pretty.
Yes.
I won't say it's overt. It's very so subtle for people to pick up on. But I think it's transmigrator.
But then also she sort of, I guess, uses. She sacrifices herself, honestly, to make Qiming feel like she's with him. And at the same time, she tells him, no, you're in my nightmares. Like, I do not like you.
That line is crazy.
It hits that line is crazy. So hard.
You're talking about the bathtub scene in episode 21.
Yes. Yeah, I have that. The second couple and their bath scene in all caps. That's my notes.
Because
that scene,
he's such a demon.
Yes.
He's such a demon, but he's so hot. And she's obviously seducing him just so that she can escape later. But
he allows himself to be seduced.
He's like, I'll drink your poison. Like, I think that comes later. He's like, I'll drink whatever poison you give me. Like, I'm freaking yours. Yeah. He asked her, in all those years, did you ever think about me at night? Because he's naughty. And she says, yes, in my nightmares. In all honest to God honesty. And he says, well, better than nothing. Better that than nothing.
Look, let's put this out there right now, because a lot of people were like, this man is in love with her. He is not in love with her, honey.
No.
This is obsession. It's possession. It's all of these bad things. It's very, very toxic. If you looked at this show and their relationship and you thought, that's it, honey, get some therapy, please, because that is not it. That is not it. I think their toxic relationship kind of is a very, very big contrast to like our main couples. Very, hints of bad here and there, but fairly like developed, and
they're super vanilla compared to this other.
They're so vanilla. They're so vanilla. Yeah, they're so vanilla. But I love, like Carol was saying, going back to Carol's point, Chen is kind of like the feminine type. The way she uses her brain, because she doesn't have the brute strength that Changyu does. Changyu is very brash. She's very, strong in terms of physical. But
Yeah,
let's face it, she's not the brainiest person out there, is she? I mean, we love her. I'm not saying she's stupid, but she's not the brainiest person out there. Whereas Chen relies on her brain. And I love the contrast and the way that both of these females are coexist together. And their relationship as well, chef's kiss. Like, I loved their relationship as friends and then just becoming closer and closer.
She always gassed Chen Yu up, calling her beautiful. Ooh, who that fine babe? And like, I just loved it. Giving her ideas, paying her for what, she's worth, and really telling her, a business partner, hey, you should be doing, she was a girl's girl. That's the end. She was a girl's girl. Yeah.
I think actually we didn't really, apart from like Mrs. Kang from the beginning and like the other Song Yan's mother, the female characters, like we didn't really have the bitchy female character that much. Even the one that we did have, which was the magistrate's daughter, she ended up like protecting Changyu and sacrificing herself to protect Changyu.
I love that scene actually too. Like that's pre antenna, but amazing scene of strength and bravery and like defiance in the face of obvious death.
So I love the fact that we got to see catty women, if that makes sense, but women who are just doing the best they can and supporting each other in the best way that they can. Even the princess, we haven't even touched on her character either, but she oh my god. And the thing is that so much is lost in context in terms of like being translated, and that apparently is one of those that is very much lost in context when it gets translated. Melissa on TikTok, I'm gonna hopefully remember to link, but she was doing a series where she was going through some of the language and basically like just explaining why that scene explaining why that was so funny, but explaining other little bits throughout the story. But yeah, I just really actually liked the female characters in this show. I think they
knew how to rally
really, really well. Yeah. Can we please talk about when
lead us in.
Can we please talk about, because it's been a while since we've talked about him, but can we talk about our Marquise coming in and saving Changning? Carol's sitting up on her chair, because the way this man is just eating a candy on top, but this is before this scene, right? He's on top of the wall and he puts a candy to his mouth, candies that his wife got for him because that's exactly who she is. And then somebody comes in to deliver news, and then he's just like, go save my daughter, like, let's go get my daughter. He's not like, not my sister, nothing, let them think she's my daughter because then she has more value. Like, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm even before that, because the fashion change from Lin An to him being military, he had on this gray, I'm calling it a robe, where there was black embroidery, and he had on a high ponytail, and I was like, and then his second look, where he's wearing this fur jacket up top thing, and he walks out of one of the tents, and it's very like, okay. So I paused a few times and I watched it a few times, because the styling just made him look hotter. And I was like, how is that even possible? And then you get to him just speaking to his team and how strategic he is, and how he's able to predict what General He is going to be doing, or what Chimin is going to be doing. I loved how he clocked Lee Daren from way back when they had their conversation, and he's like, you gotta choose a lane. You can't be switching sides.
Yeah.
So he was already on to him. Like the
also,
man.
don't come for my girl.
Exactly. Stay away from my
Wrapped
girl.
up in that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy is just ahead of everyone and he just has tabs on everyone and he knows what everyone is going to be doing. So I appreciated seeing his strategic thinking and his planning and the whole daughter scene. Oh, ate it right up. And
guys, did we talk though about his re-entrance into the military camp?
Oh my God, no. And that's a disservice. That's a disservice.
Because all I was seeing online was, why is he wearing antennas? And I keep saying pre and post antenna as a joke because I don't think they're not antennas. He's wearing this iconic military headpiece that features these long pheasant feathers. And I have here Google's telling me it's known as lingzi, attached to a golden crown, quan. And it symbolizes high-ranking generals, courage, martial prowess, all this stuff. I inherently got this. He's wearing basically a crown of some type. It is and it was beautiful. I thought it was stunning. The whole scene, the song that's playing with the deep voice singing and all this stuff. I was like eating it up. And for people to just come in and say, why is he wearing antenna? He looks so weird. I'm like, you know what? You don't deserve to be here. Get out.
Like, Google is free. Google is free. If you're not understanding that, surely it was so easy to understand from the shot and the context. It's not just there just because it needs to be there. It's based on something that's real and it's part of a culture and whatnot, and it's symbolizing his status. It's this big thing. Like, this marquise is coming back to life, basically. He's not just walking into a camp, he's going back to life.
From the dead.
He's announcing the world that he's back from the dead. So, how did you miss that context?
And beautiful, and the way everybody else seemed to read it totally wrong was very upsetting to me.
Yeah. I don't even.
Anyway, do you want to talk about their reunion, or is that skipping too much?
No, we can go to their. Oh, Carol.
Oh God, Carol. Okay, so he saves little sister, and just that scene where little sister is thrown in the air, and that whole scene was fantastic. And then they capture Yan Sui and whatnot. We move forward, but to your point, no, someone else go first.
Oh no, take it though.
No, go, Carol. Take it away, Carol.
It's like you're overcome by the power of
that hair tie that has.
Oh, it did a lot of work here. It did with the hair ribbon. Had a mind of its own.
It flew through the camp.
Yeah.
It flew through the window, went through the window amongst all the soldiers, and flew all the way to Yanjing. How Sui?
The power of love. It's the power of love, Carol.
If you had said the bird took it, that would have made sense to me.
Oh, wait. Are you actually like upset at this turn of events?
Yes.
You don't like it? You think it's lame?
I did not like. I understand fate, but that was too much of a stretch for me. For this thing to fly all the way.
I see.
I didn't like that part. But when she got there and she saw him, and she's just
it took so much effort to get to this military camp because I think they're at the top of a hill or something like that.
Yeah.
They're surrounded on all sides. She had to bring up supplies and risk her life. She risked her life just to get out there and on the road toward him, trying to save him. And then they reunite. It was his tent, but then he like opened it up to Gen Pop for because overflow hospital.
And he's got to keep pretending that he's not, the Marquise.
His people start like bringing people outside. They're like, quickly and quietly come outside because they need a little space.
And the thing is, it's almost like the way they reunite is almost like a throwback to the scene where she walks in and for the very first time and he's awake again after his rescue, because he's on the bed sick again. just like on his side, and she kind of like turns around and sees him, and it's just like, first of all, it takes a lot for a male lead to be sick and injured for like, I don't know, 80% of a show, because he was,
people were saying that like, why he should be healthy by now, why isn't he healed up?
Because he got injured again. Actually, let's talk. So that see, I love that scene, that reunion scene.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about a little bit. There was a lot of criticism towards this arc specifically, and specifically Chang Yu as a character, because she's
really dumb here.
Yeah, and she's messing up a lot of plans and like, you know,
kind of impulsive.
I don't think
so. What are people saying? They didn't like it. They just didn't like it.
Yeah, they don't like it. They don't understand. Can we please put some blame where blame is supposed to go, and that is our male lead.
The male lead who's lying to her blatantly.
He still hasn't told her, right?
He still hasn't told her who the hell he is, his status, nothing about his time in the military. He's lying through his teeth this whole time. And this is, I think, the person who should get the most flack, because she's working with the info that she has.
And also, this is her character. She's very impulsive, and she's very not
emotional.
Yeah, emotional. She acts on a whim.
Yeah.
And she's doing the best she can with the information she has. She's very much I see a problem, I solve it. Right? Whereas he is like, I need to plan for the long run. I need to look at all the outcomes. I need to choose the best path. That's not the case for her. And I think people forget that she's still growing. And I think I wrote this down in my notes. I feel like those episodes up to episode 31, so episode like 24 to 31, is Chang Yu growing, and it's her changing. And you really see that through the battles, and her through learning more things and what's happening. And as she is given more information, she starts to adapt and change. And I think to just completely disregard that in her character is not.
Does she though?
I mean, she's still brash, and she's still just like acting and saying what she wants.
Carol.
Does she though? Because first off, I think we're going ahead too much. I want us to be on the reunion scene when she says, I don't care if you're a cripple. I don't care if you're injured. Just come back with me and I'll slaughter pigs for you. And he is just enamored. He's looking at her with the puppy eyes again, and she's crying, and she's like, just come home with me. He should have told her.
Say no.
He should have.
What he does is, let me lie to her.
By the way.
He gets called out on this. Gong Soon, his friend, literally says to him, she came to the battlefield to search for her husband. Such loyalty and devotion. She deserves the truth. He's being called out on it.
He's dead wrong now.
Even the princess is like, bro, what the hell are you doing? The way he gets pissed off when she brings the princess over, oh, here's the doctor I told you about. And he's like, that's the doctor.
Yeah, and then she says to, her quote, the princess is he really your husband? Be careful, some man just want to sponge off woman. And, she obviously knows who he is.
Oh, my God.
And, the princess is just, digging him an even bigger grave. And I'm like...
He seems like a broke boyfriend over here.
Yeah. So she's just picking at him because she knows his status. She knows, what do you mean you got married? Oh, we can just do anything we want these days? What are you doing? And him not telling her the truth was mad annoying because he had her, he needs meat to get better.
Literally.
She goes to get meat. What is she supposed to do? She was acting with the information she had. However, that second time or third time, I lost count because girl was doing her own thing.
When he was doing too much, when he was trying to sort of discipline her with a fake marquee behind the veil. And
stressing his employees out.
Yeah. And then he's like, she deserves 40 lashes or something like that for going against military command. Doing something without a military command, but I'll take them in her place. I'm like, dude, this is a farce. Like, you need to step up and tell the truth.
You don't need to be doing
this is too much.
This.
Doing too much. Yeah.
And I think also just a scene before that, a lot of people were like, oh, because she goes to take the prisoner out of prison, right? And a lot of people were like, oh my God, why would she be allowed to do that? She's the Marchioness. Like, people know.
Everybody
she's
but
the
her
Marchioness.
Yeah.
They are under orders by the Marquise to let her do her thing. Yeah. So why are we blaming soldiers, or why are we blaming, like, yeah, but people were like, oh, this would never be allowed. Why would she be allowed to do this? And I'm like, because he has given her free reign to do so. Like, she literally has. They weren't allowing her in the cell until his right-hand man came to her side and was like, I'll let you in. I mean,
she was allowed to do anything she wanted, but like, if she knew the truth, they could plan together. And that's one thing I did not like about the Marquis, because when they got married and they were like, you're the husband, you have to listen to your wife, and she's like, whatever it is, we're going to talk about it and we're going to decide together. She's the only one who was doing that.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing that.
No.
And for her, I guess kryptonite is really him, because when it comes to him, poisoning the guy so that he goes to sleep.
Okay, let's talk about this, because that was telegraphed that he wasn't gonna make it out to the battle from jump, because she was asking him all these questions, all the specifics. What's your regiment and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like giving her again lies. Finally, as soon as he drank whatever soup she gave him, I was like, go to sleep.
Yeah, you're done.
You're done.
And the thing is, people online were really going at her for doing this and being like, why would she take the commander out? She doesn't know he's a commander. Like, she thinks he's some foot soldier from the back that only goes in when this is all done. Well, how can you not be on her? Like, this is on him.
Circumstances, everybody.
This is on him.
Mm-hmm. It's all on him. 100%.
It's on him.
And she says that, like, later. I know we're skipping ahead, but like, she's basically like, I never would have done all of this if you had just told me the truth. I wouldn't have poisoned you. I wouldn't have sedated you and gone to war and Mulan to the shit out of this thing if you had just told me what the hell was going on and who I was married to.
Yeah.
It's literally from jump always on him.
And also, like, she's always been very reckless. Like, that is character. Mm-hmm. What were you expecting her to do? Mm-hmm. And also, you are now part of her inner circle, and she's proven time and time again that she will do anything to protect those that are her inner circle to her. Mm-hmm. But can we just touch? This is from behind. Okay. The little ragtag team reuniting.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, I love that part too. At the quarry, when they're building the dam, and she sees these guys come from her village, come out and sort of support her, and she just starts crying. I love.
Oh my God, I love
that's been turned into a GIF, and I love that GIF.
Yeah.
Of like her, like. Ah.
The only thing I didn't like was the leader of that rag team gang.
Oh, he was down bad for her.
It was so like, unnecessary.
Where's this coming from?
Down bad for her.
So unnecessary. And the thing is, this was a show writer decision, because this little ragtag doesn't even exist in the novel. They come in very early on and then they go away. The people that are always with her is like his two main guards. They're always with her. That's the people that kind of like take her around. This little team doesn't really exist that much in the novel, so but I liked it. It gave it like that little found family aspect.
Yes, it gave it the found family color, and I liked it. I didn't mind it at all.
Yeah,
except that guy didn't need to be full on in love with her either, and like
no, I don't. I think that was so unnecessary. Like, we've already been here. We've already got, Lord Lee.
He's like the third, in the wings. Third fourth, second male lead. I don't know.
Like we don't need
it.
We don't need. Yeah.
Wait till we
Should
get to the emperor.
That is a very sore point for me after reading the novel.
Oh gosh.
Such a sore point for me. It was a terrible decision that the show did. Yeah. I mean,
are we talking about it now, or are we still going back to the reveal during that battle?
Let's do the reveal, and then I can do. Yeah, we can.
All right, and then the proposal. I mean, this thing just it builds upon itself.
Episode 27. I literally have almost a whole page just on episode 27.
Oh my god,
it was
talk
so
to us.
packed. So he wakes up. And obviously he gets told that she's on the battlefield taking his place. And he's still like a little bit woozy because she
chopped his hands to get a grip. Yeah.
Clear the poison because she had told Chang Ning to count stones and to so that
we
she
figure
would
out how long he was
him.
out? Has anyone done the math on that?
No, I didn't.
Damn.
She was meant to cut to
because each stone represented like a certain number of seconds or something. Like when you get to 100 or something, like put a stone down. And so there were set like a bunch of stones already lined up. So I can't remember. We figured it out. I feel like it was like 20 minutes.
That's what I was gonna say too.
It wasn't that long. But it was supposed to be a lot longer, and he gets woken up, slashes his palm, and but before that, she does kill this big ass general on the field.
A unit, yes. And I love that scene. This is that gladiator scene that I was talking about. Where things are moving and
so
shaking.
Well
it feels real, feels visceral, and they're caught in the middle. It's their first real battle. They've been untested thus far.
What do you guys say to the commentary that this is too far of a stretch that she would be able to kill this man?
I don't think it's a stretch. She's like Rey in Star Wars. Like she hasn't had any like real training with the Force, but she's a savant. So I'm on the fence about it, but I truly didn't think twice about it. I was like, yeah, man, she's that good.
I don't think it's a stretch, but I do wish we had seen more practice with her and her dad on where she got all these skills.
I agree with that. Because this isn't just like one or two lessons.
Yeah. Exactly. It's a lifetime.
Yeah.
And then I do appreciate them showing her using her butchering skills with the martial arts that she knows. So if it's just martial arts, I do think she would have been fighting longer and possibly been beaten by someone else. But as soon as she adds her butchering skills, then it's like, oh, that's the sprinkle to add to the
that's the salt
to get it done. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because there's something different about the work she does. So I did appreciate seeing that part and her understanding the body and understanding anatomy and where to hit and what needs to be done. So yeah, I loved that scene. The way she handled that man was fantastic.
Yeah.
He was also like a brute as well. Didn't seem as elegant of a fighter as others in the show. So
yeah. But why did we gloss over when she cooked for him? And we're talking about the Marquis. She cooks for him and she's like sewing his
she's battle armor. She's fixing his armor.
Yeah.
And that whole thing where she puts his coat on him to keep him warm, and his mind is just like somewhere else. His mind is in the gutter.
Yeah. He's hot for her the whole show, like boner out for her.
Well,
the whole show.
In the novel, this man is touching her and on her every moment he kind of gets. And I think they tried to emulate that in the show. Yeah. And
it's just like the PG version.
Oh yeah.
And that was the first time he said, when he kissed her and she's like, you kissed me. And then she kisses him back.
Yeah.
So it wasn't harassment. It was like, she didn't see it as harassment.
Mutual.
It was mutual. I was like, oh, we're growing up.
We're moving on.
This. Yeah.
He's still lying, but we are moving somewhere.
He's still lying to me, but
So
yeah, that was the military camp even score.
Yes.
She evened the score. I think that
she does. Yeah. So that scene that we were talking about where she does kill that character,
the rival general,
in the novel is just slightly different. Well, slightly. It's quite a bit different. She gets beaten down quite a bit. Like, she gets taken down quite a few pegs, but she does get those last hits in. Somebody shoots him with an arrow, so she knows she didn't kill him, but she takes the glory of killing him.
Oh my
because
God,
somebody
that
else
everything.
Because somebody else doesn't want to admit, and we don't actually quite know.
Well, who shot the arrow?
I think it was our male.
What do you mean you think? You don't know?
I haven't read it.
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, but she takes the glory of that win. But in that scene, because remember, she doesn't have her ragtag team. She only has the 2 soldiers that usually protect her, and they're going back and forth. And she, the chants out, and the battle scene is fairly similar in both instances, but yeah, she doesn't actually, and she's trying to tell them, I didn't kill him, I didn't give the blow. So she doesn't take glory, just because, like, that's not, she's telling them something else happened, like, I didn't give him, but everybody in the camp is just like, no, she killed him. And I think in the novel she's quite a bit more experienced, and people believe her more because she's shown her strength and her prowess in different other situations. So soldiers and everybody else kind of believe her more. There's more of like a build. There's a lot more military
from the show.
Yeah, there's a lot more military in the novel. She learns a lot more from like the grand tutor. He starts to teach her military.
That was totally missing personally for me in the show.
So that's why, it's a little bit different. But let's get to the reveal scene.
The scene culminates in our boy riding in as the Marquis and all his finery and battle gear, and she's like, what the hell?
You can see it in her face, can't you?
Oh my gosh.
Her face says it all. Like,
she's
no words are needed.
Immediately.
So you played a fool of me.
Literally. You was having fun this whole time then.
Yeah.
Playing in my face.
And then she books it off.
Yeah.
And
I love when she turns around and starts running. I'm like, you know what? Same. Like, I would just book it in the other direction. People are upset too that like he grabs her. It's this whole thing and puts her on the horse. But I think they had shot it several different ways.
Yeah, there's a behind. Yeah,
like lands on him, facing him, like they're face to face on the horse. And the way that they did it was not that way, or the final cut was not that way.
Do you know what? Maybe a hot take, but I kind of prefer her turning away, because in that moment she doesn't want to face him.
Yeah.
She wants, and like there's that barrier there. So I think emotionally it hits better in that essence, because can you imagine her being so incredibly mad at him and disappointed and all of these emotions that are coming up and having to face him while they're riding through,
right
to where they're going.
Water. Right. So in this case they didn't go with the Wattpad version.
Yeah,
they went a little more natural, I guess. But the whole thing of like, you know what I don't like, and this might be a Carol-esque type of annoyance. You were on the case of the ribbon, like flying through the air and landing.
Yeah.
So I don't like when some minor like disruption happens to a hair situation and the hair comes flying and flowing down, and they did that in this scene, and I don't like that. Like every time it happens in a show, I'm like, oh dang. That's so cheesy.
If you see the behind the scenes, that scene was a bitch to record. Like they were just not hitting it right with that scene. Because
it's not natural. It's
not. It like takes me straight out of the scene. So I don't know. I draw the line somewhere, and that's a line.
And I didn't think it was necessary, because her scarf coming off and her hair billowing in the wind made it feel like, oh, now we know she's a woman. Bitch, we've known she's
Everybody
a woman.
knows she's a woman.
Everybody knew.
Everybody knew.
Everybody
Matter of
knew.
fact, everyone knows her by name.
Yes.
Camp.
Yeah. So I'm not sure it was necessary. Yeah.
No.
By him looking stern?
Dear Lord. Dear Lord, help us.
The way that we're looking at each other. But the ensuing fight in this little glade thing with the big oak trees and stuff, that was great.
That was, and like the very first thing she says to him was it fun to lie to me? I went to the battlefield because I didn't want you to die. I'm just a butcher's daughter, too lowly for the great Wu Marquis. And she is just spitting facts.
Bars,
not
bars,
that she
bars.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she knows exactly. And he goes, I can die, but you cannot. If I die, take Changning, find a peaceful place and settle down. Open a meat shop, find a nice scholar, marry him, and have a few kids. But while I'm alive, no one else can have you. You're mine. And I'm like, damn! Dear Lord. Like,
heard. Yeah, that whole thing.
And then he kisses her forehead. And the lonely tear, and she slaps him. And I'm like,
because I love the change of emotions on her. First of all, the line's a 10 out of 10. It's really well done. Yeah. Because he's like, look, I love you, but you're not going to get away from me in this lifetime. I have to die for you to like move on and get another guy in your life. But he's so audacious. Where does he get the audacity to tell her all this shit after lying to her face? Then on top of that, I love her emotional reaction to hearing this series of lines where she's devastated that he would want her to move on and marry someone else.
Yes.
Yes. It's like very like, oh my God, like emotional, sad. And then he goes on to finish the line and say, but you're that's it. We're together. You're not going to escape me. And she gets raging mad at him, basically staking a claim on this thing after once again lying and playing in her face. So then I think she slaps him really hard.
She does. She slaps him.
Yeah. She loves to hit that man.
And he takes every slap.
He takes it like a champ. Yeah. He takes every slap. I love that scene.
Yeah.
I think it's again well choreographed, the way that they're moving around each other and in the space and their delivery of everything. I think
even the tree between them when she's talking about like we're in different places in our lives. All of a sudden she realizes, whoa, class is a thing and we can't
it comes crashing down.
That. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, there's another bone of contention for a lot of viewers. They're
okay,
how can this little girl be at the camp? What is she doing? Who's with her? Because we never.
Where's the nanny?
Yeah.
What's she doing in this camp all by her lonesome?
People were quite upset about it. And
I mean, I can explain it away in my head. I'm just like, yeah, there's somebody there that's like taking care of her. But
I mean,
and it looks like he spent a lot of time with her because he would grill fish apparently and give it to her, so she knows he grilled the fish.
Ain't he cute though?
Right?
Yeah.
Aww.
And she always had someone by, and I feel like she was, to her, that's her brother-in-law. If my brother-in-law says, oh, go do this or go sit down, she was always listening to them. So I get it. She was kept safe and there's nothing to worry about. Like, let it go. Okay.
I think also a slight different thing in the novel again is that you get Changning's point of view a lot. So
really? Oh, cute.
Yeah. You get chapters that is told from her point of view, and you realize how smart this little kid is. She is very intelligent for her own age, and she is kept entertained by, there's always like a guard with her in the camp that kind of like takes care of her, but if not, she is quite independent as a child because she's had to be, like, her sister goes out and whatnot, like she had to grow up a little bit as well. So, you know, I think that makes a little bit of context that we're missing. But it's like, it's a huge camp. There's always like the princess is there, Gong Soon is there, or even if he's in battle, the princess is there, like Grand Tutor Tao is there as well. Like there's lots of people around that would look after her. The next scene that I have is obviously like she rides away and then they come back, they find each other again. And this is episode 27. Episode 27 is packed, jam packed.
Yeah.
And it's his speech, and I have to read it because, like, I feel like this is such a good conversation.
It is.
And he says to her, I wanted to tell you, but I didn't know how. And she says, I'm not mad about it back then, and I'm not mad about it, about you not telling me now. And he says, you're not mad. Does that mean you want to break up? And she says, we were never together, so how can we break up? And it's like, straight up, because you are not who you said you were. Like, the person because at this point, she's just like, what's real and what's not?
Yeah.
Like, who did I fall in love with?
It was all fake because you're not even Young Jung. Like, baseline, I don't even know your name. So I think that leads into
that man
reintroducing himself and proposing it.
Blood always came out whenever she said, no, we're not a thing, or no, like as soon as we talk breakup, there's blood. Like, he is either vomiting or he could not stand her saying, no, you're not with me.
Yeah, and then she even says, we had an arrangement. Yan Zhang agreed to become my local husband, but Yan Zhang is fake, so this marriage should also be fake.
Ooh.
And then she says, and this is, I think, one of the harshest lines she kind of says to him is, I came for Yan Zhang, not Shi Zhang.
Oh.
And it's like, ooh, that hits. And he says to her, aren't we the same person? They're both me. And she says, it's different. I can't treat you, the Marquise of Wu'an, as Yan Zhang. The Marquise of Wu'an is an unmatched hero from a noble house. If he is together with a butcher's girl, everyone will laugh at it. I have at least that much self-awareness. And he says, I decide who I marry on my own. What does it have to do with others? You are not just a female butcher, but also a heroine who made great contributions. If you really fear the world's mockery, fine. I can ask His Majesty to grant us a marriage. Then we will be together above board. Who would dare to mock us? And he kneels down and goes, Changyu, my name is Shizang, Kutsi name Zhu Hang. I serve in the army and I am from the capital, titled Marquis Wu'an. With a sincere heart, I ask for your hand in marriage. May we be together in eternal peace and spend our days in tranquility.
Oh my
And then
God.
she pulls away. And there's like a hitch
no?
in his breath.
Yeah.
And there's like this hitch in his breath. And he goes, I see. And he walks away. And I'm like, my God. My God.
Oh my God. Oh,
that scene, that whole scene,
that whole thing.
The dialogue is heavy. The tension is so high. And I'm just like, but you know what? If she had caved here, I would have been like, no.
Too early.
Too early. Exactly. It's too early. It's too early for her to cave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it goes back to the point of he has had all these months to adjust to this situation, and she's just being hit by it all of a sudden.
Absolutely.
So she needs time, for sure. Oh, what a scene. Oh, he was heartbroken.
He really was. Episode 27 is truly just absolutely packed, because at the end of the episode you then shift again and he goes fishing and she kind of like stumbles across him fishing.
The fishing. Yeah.
And it turns into them having this practice battle, and he's like giving her tips. He's like saying, you need to like lean into your abilities and things like that, and you need to grow with your abilities, which she hasn't been able to because her father is no longer there to teach her, but also she only knows her father's way of fighting, so she needs to kind of like grow. She says to him, you're the Marquise of Wu'an, don't be so nice to me, I'm just a simple butcher girl. And he says, you are the best woman in my eyes. Now, if you're watching on iQIYI just says, they say, I'm just into you, but that's not what he says. He says, but I just like you. Like, I just like you.
Yeah.
So that's like a little translate, because I feel like I'm just into you does not hit the same way of I just like you. Yeah.
Don't call me.
Yeah.
Oh man. Are we gonna talk about when he forges swords for her and goes full
oh my
Orlando
God.
Bloom in Pirates of the Caribbean / Iron Man? Like he's a blacksmith all of a sudden.
Episode 28.
It's 28.
Yeah, episode 28. Yeah. I just wrote too hot to handle.
Literally too hot to handle. He's creating 2 sabers for her, twin blades, sexy blacksmith. I'll buy season tickets to that. So
why is he doing it in white clothes?
No, there's no reason for him to wear. There's no protective gear. There's no like a leather.
Just sweating.
Just sweating on my blades. Ugh.
And bleeding on them too.
I'm bleeding because he was so the whole thing. I like this too. Number one, he didn't like sweets before. Swore up and down he didn't like sweets, but she brings him sweets, brings the sweetness to his life. So that's number one that I like. Number two, he was not superstitious. He was not superstitious before. But because he's so worried for her and wants to be with her so badly, he's really superstitious and buys into this when he's christening the blades. And he slices his own, like, what is it, like a forearm or something like that?
Yeah, his forearm.
To quell the spirit within the blades so they don't turn on their master. That's so superstitious, and he did it anyway, just to like give her some clean blades.
He'll do anything for her.
He'll do anything.
For her. Yeah.
And that even shows because he goes to his master, his Shifu, and he asks her, can you take her as a goddaughter so I can, you know, so she can have a little bit more standing. But I loved her line of like, the Shifu is putting this situation forward to her, and she's like, if someone really wants to harm me, can relying on a man truly protect me? Can your reputation protect me?
Come on.
I'm like, hit it home.
Yes.
Like,
talk about
and that follows into, I'm sorry, but this line just got me because it's so Changyu. She goes and she's like, just leaves him a note. Got things to do. Don't look for me, Changyu. I'm just like, I love this.
Like, she pieced out so quick after accepting the old man, the grand tutor, as her godfather. He gives her the courtesy name, which I love the courtesy name. He gives her Shenjin, the tiger of the mountain is like the rough translation. I love that. And she's like, that's sick. I like that name too. And then she leaves. Like, she just up and leaves camp.
She's like, I'm busy. I got and she left because she's going to find Chen Chen
and Bao Er.
Right, they're missing. Yeah.
A girl's girl. She's like, yes, I'm in a relationship, but my friend is still important.
I have a lot of questions about the mysterious hickey that appears on her neck. Like, what happened? What was the timing on that? Was that when he goes out, rides out, and meets her after she leaves, and they're like in the forest and by a fire, and he just sucks her neck so hard that she gets a hickey, but then she's away from camp, but then the scene where the hickey is revealed is her getting patched up by the princess. So I was utterly confused on the timing of it.
To me, it felt like it had already happened, and they were it was of a what's the word I'm looking for? When they show you something like at the end of an episode, that's kind of like an
epilogue, post-credits.
An epilogue. Yeah. That's the word I'm looking for. That to me was what it felt like. I didn't feel like that
it was editing out of the timing of the episodes though, and that threw me all the way off.
When I saw it though, I was like, I didn't see that scene. Where did it happen? I was robbed a scene.
Yeah. Also
that scene.
You owe me a scene. You owe me a makeout scene.
Me a scene.
So I was thinking it could have either happened during the fishing or happened when he chased her when she said, deuces, I'm out. I got things to do.
It just wasn't that episode where it ends and them talking. And I think he's so smug in this scene because he's like, admit it, you like me.
Yeah.
He's like saying you like me too. But he says it in a way that I feel like he's still insecure. He still needs that reassurance.
Yeah, he
from
genuinely
her.
wants her to say it. He needs that validation.
Yeah. Constantly needs validation from
No,
her.
he's so down
Absolutely.
bad for her.
Yeah.
He's so whipped for Changyu.
He
And
is.
that shows, like, she obviously is going. They have another fight, like another battle scene, right? Right afterwards, which it's about episode 30. And there's the line of, and you would come, stand behind me. I won't stand behind anyone. And then they fight side to side. She's like, which one do you want to take? Choose one and let's go. Like, this is what everybody's been waiting for, is them kind of fighting side by side. So I love and adore that. That scene was just, great. Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then it's
Okay.
followed, go for it, Carol.
Sorry, you finish your thought.
No, that was my thought. That was my thought. I was gonna move on to something else, so go for it.
So now I love that scene because when she says, I won't stand behind anyone, he has a bit of a smile, like, I'm proud of you. Like, of course,
Yeah.
this is who she is. And then they move forward. And she hits Lee Daren. That's when their beef starts. She knocks him out because she's just like, your purpose is not here, bruh. I gotta protect you. And he gets all toxic masculine on her later on. About
God, he's so
about
emotional.
he's so emotional. He's so emotional.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you chose the wrong side.
No, he
All
was
of
the
a sudden,
mole. He was the
he was the
mole.
mole the whole time.
The whole time. Yeah. Wrong.
There's people
And
here standing on his side, and I'm like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? He
man,
did
I
nothing to
was
curb his
mad.
grandfather's delusions and his ideas surrounding the coup that they wanted to do, and placing the white-haired older brother, who we've been calling, on the throne. He's a literal psycho. So it's just all sorts of wrong. He doesn't do enough, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
wrong.
knew the whole time.
No, he did.
He did.
He
He
clocked
was
that shit
clocking
so
it.
early. Yeah.
I will say though, I feel like once they got to the Capitol, I don't know. I felt like the budget for the scenes went
I'm listening.
down. It all went to Lin An, and now it didn't. It wasn't hitting as much
You
for
thought
me.
it looked kind of basic.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially that final battle with the uncle and Young Jung, and that whole scene did not.
That weird standoff where like they're 20 stories up and then everyone's like down below, and there's a lot of like fighting, and it happens like strangely quick. I don't know. I don't feel like that the last third of this drama is not as strong as the first
It's
two
not.
thirds.
And do you know what I think it was? I think this show needed to be, and I'm going to say it and people might disagree, I think it needed to be 50 episodes. I think it needed
I agree.
to have more time to breathe. Like, let it cook. It's cooking. Let it cook. And I think they kind of had to cut it, And a lot of people were saying, oh, we spent too much time in the military camp and we could have cut that in half.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's the problem. I honestly don't. And I think it's just because people didn't really like that arc of the story necessarily. So I understand, but I think it needed more time. This is one of the very, very few short, episode dramas that I'm like, 40? We needed, we needed 50. We need probably not 60, but like at least a 50. We could have tagged on another 10 episodes. And trust me, there's plenty for them to pull from the novel to like breathe the story. The
and
Emperor
help us understand the politics more, like that.
Yes.
Okay, so that's
so
another
much
that I have. That's
There's so much to the politics.
Heading into the last 10 episodes, which we are, as I was watching, I was like, oh my God, it's getting very political. And I was backing up a lot to just get through the show as it was, backing up in terms of this guy has like 3 names. I know one of them. And I had to like basically say, okay, they're brothers, just back up. Just referring to the 2 brothers, the white-haired one and the younger one. I was like, okay, they're brothers. Then it's revealed they're not brothers. So I was like, okay. And I was confused about whose progeny he was, the white-haired guy, what exactly happened. It was told rather fast in the last like few episodes. And when I hit those last 10, I was like, I gotta freaking lock in here. So I have a whole list of characters and who they are, their multiple names, how they're related to one another, just to understand the political machinations that were really turned up to 11 in the last few episodes.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that I am stupid like when it comes to understanding these large scale shows with some sort of political intrigue involved. I feel like I'm at least of average intelligence, so I think that might be a blight on the show, that maybe it didn't tell that story very effectively, or at least is easy to understand, or easier to understand than the really awesome juicy love story, which I think most people tuned in for. That was the reason why they were watching. So that's a thing.
I think it's because it probably wasn't woven early enough on. Like the Lin and arc that we talked about in part 1 is almost like its own bubble, right? And I think they should have woven
and the
in
whole
more
stealing of military grain situation.
In the novel, it's like you get various different point of views from lots of different characters, so you get to understand the story much better. But I will say, one of the things that I think they changed, and I don't think they should have, is the Emperor. Because in the show, the Emperor is this like whiny child. That is not the case in the novel.
I thought
in
he
the
was
novel,
fun. He's comedic relief.
He is comedic relief, absolutely. But in the novel, he is not assertive as such, but he actually plays the families against each other to keep themselves in check a lot of the time. He's very clever.
Different.
Yeah, he's a completely different character. Different character. He actually has this very, very interesting relationship with Shi Zhang, where he's very cautious of him, and he's very, he knows he can't give him too much power. So he kind of like uses other families and other factions to keep all of them in check with each other.
Wow, so he's playing the game a lot more in the book.
Yeah. So I feel like that would have been go Carol.
I think if they had shown more of that, that would have made it feel a little bit more historical than just an idol drama.
Yeah.
So I get why they pulled back on it, and I appreciate the comedic Emperor, and I felt bad for him at the end. I know we're running out of time, but there were like there were other scenes, like when Yang Zheng or Xie Zheng cuts the ear of the eunuch, that whole scene where he's sitting so powerfully, when Yang Zheng asks Channing Cheng Yu for a kiss, when he says kiss me, the whole like aphrodisiac scene.
Listen,
right, we need to talk about that. We got to talk about. So one of the scenes that I just have to mention very quickly before that one is the shot where it's episode 32, and he comes to her door, and she's like, you're seeing it from her side, and you're seeing him through the door, and then you see the other perspective. That scene, chef's kiss.
Yes.
Chef's kiss. I mean, the dialogue here is so good.
I just want you to know, anyone in this world can be a prince consort, but I, Xie Zheng, will not. I already married into your family. I belong only to Fan Cheng Yu for this lifetime. My heart is yours alone. Is that the dialogue that you're talking about? Or are you talking about another scene?
That scene, yes, but this is a different scene. Because this is the scene after she finds out who her father is, that her father is Wei Qilin.
Thing. Yes.
Yes, and she's very worried, but he already knows, and he's like, I'm going to investigate it, get to the bottom of it. Like, don't. If this is why you're pulling away from me, please don't. That's not where we're gonna end up. But just the like,
dude, pause. The scene of her killing the other great general Wei Qilin, not the great general, that's her dad. Her dad is Wei Qilin.
Yes.
And she kills Prince Changxin on the battlefield, and then you see her father come into frame and like plunge the sword alongside
in his eyeballs.
And yes, it's like reflected in the guy's eyeballs. Great effect. Him standing next to her with her, and the guy kind of seeing who she really is, her identity in his final moments. Oh my gosh, brilliant. So anyway, you mentioned the dad, so I'm gonna bring that up.
When she says to him, can I call you Yan Zhang in the future? And he says, Fan Chang Yu, kiss me. That shot That shot is going to forever live rent free in my mind. The use of the windows, like her hand bursting through the window, and then, his hand caressing her. That kiss?
Breaking a window for her because it's so steamy. That kiss scene is.
My God.
Oh, man. Every time I see an edit of it, I'm like, yeah, well, I'm just going to park it right here to watch.
Yeah, right here. I'm good.
Yeah. You can call me anything except Marquis.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Her returning to the capital in all her glory, flower-crowned general. Beautifully shot.
Flower general.
Beautifully shot.
And her in red and blue, and it's just so vibrant on screen.
And him just letting her have that moment. And just smiling like he's so proud. This is amazing. Yes. And then the reverse of it.
The reverse on episode 36, where he's triumphantly entering the city and he stops the whole cavalcade to wait for her to throw the token, and
the
he
blue ribbon.
Just a blue hair ribbon.
And then he smiles and everybody's like, wait, is he in love? Why is he smiling? Is he in love?
Who's captured his heart? Like, what's going on?
Okay, do we want to talk about the 108 lashes?
Yes, we have to. That scene is also very different in the novel.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But go for it, because I think...
Oh, me? Okay. It's a family punishment. I totally understand the concept of, like, you do something wrong, there's family punishment involved, and it's a lot more formalized in historical Chinese dramas and context. So the family punishment for being in love and quasi-married to a traitor who was a traitor not only to the country but to your own, possibly killed your dad, is an instigator here. He has to take 108 lashes to be with her and atone. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. This is really great. She shows up at the end of the lashes, and the scene of him hallucinating his mother, and she's there kind of like picking him up. Gorgeous scene. He says, you have no right to decide my affairs, talking to the uncle, who's also hottie number 50 in this show. He says, a marriage letter is nothing but paper. If I acknowledge it, then it is real. Wait, join me, talking to her. Father, mother, please hear your son, Fan Cheng Yu, a woman of Linan. She saved me from death's door. When my heart had gone cold, she taught it to love again. I've spent more than 10 years on the battlefield. All that time, I never felt truly alive until I met her. Only then that I see life was worth living. Before your spirits above, I make this vow. This woman is the companion of my life. I will never betray this vow. My heart will stay true until death.
I just got shivers again.
Yeah, shivers. And also in that scene, she kind of comes in to join him, and they're questioning why she's there, and she says, I'm the Marchioness, why shouldn't I be here? And I'm just like, it's the first time she admits,
she's like
acknowledging that. And also, I think we need to just talk about the relationship between Yan Zhang and his uncle, because it's such...
Before we do that, I am this is a really side tangent because it has nothing to do with the uncle and Yanzhang or Xiezheng. I am living for the second couple, which is Kong Sun and the princess. I love them together. They're my sweet baby angels. And
we haven't spoken about them.
We haven't spoken about them, but I mean, there's not enough hours in the day. I love them. I wish we got more from them, more scenes with them. They were adorable, and we never really got a conclusion for their story. We never got a wedding. We never got, like, does she have babies? Does she make it out? Does she receive all 14 or 17 libraries that he offered up to her as a wedding gift? Like, we never hear from her, but I think they were really cute. Back to you with the uncle and Yanzhang.
So I feel like their relationship was just so interesting because the male lead kind of hates and loves him at the same time.
Yes.
Because he hates what has happened, but this was also the person that taught him everything and kind of brought him up. And I think it's then when everything is revealed that all of this was the fault of the previous emperor, who was too greedy and, was too afraid of these families, and
he was very paranoid.
Yeah, very paranoid.
Probably mentally ill, but
probably. Probably. So yeah, I loved their relationship, and I wish this is why I say we needed more time, because I wish we could explore more of it.
I agree.
Because it was just so well done. So well done.
Uncle loved him bad. He
loved him so much.
He loved him, and then the whole thing of him not loving his son, and then you find out it's not his son. It's like this went too quickly.
Yeah,
the pacing was off in the last at least 5 episodes. I was like, this is too fast. And I hate exposition dumps. I hate them. And it was like exposition dump after exposition dump, and like, let's ask the Empress Dowager what her perspective was from back then, like what actually happened, and she just tells it all. I hate that. If anyone is confused about what happened, I have a whole paragraph of what happened here, so I'm going to read it really fast. It was the late corrupt and paranoid emperor who trapped his own son, the crown prince, and loyal ministers, killing hundreds of thousands of soldiers. He enlisted the old prince, which is the emperor's sister's son, so his nephew, to deny supplies and reinforcements with a fake military token. There was a whole thing about the token. He forged a letter. This is all the emperor. He's doing too much. The old emperor forged a letter from concubine Qi to the uncle, Yan Zheng's uncle, and he did leave his post illegally to come to her aid. She died by the fire. This is concubine Qi. Died by the fire set really by the emperor in a suicide. And the uncle starts a coup to survive the whole ordeal, because the next step was, okay, the emperor is just going to kill the entirety of the family. And so he basically installed the comedic relief foolish emperor in place of this old paranoid emperor that he forced to abdicate. And that is the exposition dump that we get from like several characters in the last couple of episodes.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
No.
I
wish go Carol.
I don't know how I felt about it. I'm still thinking about it. But Yang Zheng having a dream about his mom, and his mom telling him to go back to the osmanthus cake container.
Cakes. He had a trauma about the osmanthus cakes. I love that stuff though, of the memories that he sees as he's dreaming being played out in this vast room filled with sheer curtains. It's like a really dreamy, cool effect. I've never seen that in another drama. So I like that.
I loved it. But for Cheng Yu, I feel like she had a dream that gave her all the answers, and I was like, babes, no, I don't like this. You guys are rushing it. You've run out of time. I get it, but
we're running out of time too. So let's talk about the episode 38 Desire Incense Aphrodisiac situation in the bathtub.
We need to.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's go.
That was the most beautiful shot thing I've ever seen in my whole life. That yin yang, like round the back.
Yes.
I can't take it.
They switch clothes as well. They switch robes by the morning. They're wearing each other's robes.
Yes.
Yeah. If you just ain't getting it by now, come on.
It was a beautiful scene.
And
I loved that theirs was filled with warmth versus Chimin, also in a bath, was cold and dark.
It was all dark. Blue light for that bath scene, whereas theirs is very warm.
Yeah, exactly.
He asked, "Who am I?" He says, "Fan Cheng Yu," and she said, "Let's fucking
get
go."
Yeah. They've been waiting for this. Actually, funnily enough, there's an epilogue, a bonus scene where they do get their second marriage, and they do not leave the bedroom for 7 days, and the bed gets broken. That's all I'll say.
Okay, it's that's Breaking Dawn of them. Do we want to talk about the I need some sleep cut heard round the world?
Yes. Let's talk about it. So
that was cut out, where we see Cheng Yu crawling out underneath the sheets, and she's exhausted, and he comes up and looks like he wants more, and she's like, aren't the drugs off yet? Like, are you still going through this? Like, I'm tired. I've got nothing left. In my mind, I was playing that TikTok sound. Well, that's too damn bad. He's like, gonna go.
Let's go. But they cut that out in the final take. And
was it for time? Like, what do you think?
I think it was for censorship because
the thing is, I feel like the first bathtub scene with the second toxic or the third toxic couple or whatever, Chin Chin and the white-haired guy, was super steamy, and I was like, how did this pass censorship? But then they took out that one little 3-second thing of her saying like, I'm exhausted, I gotta get some sleep. I couldn't get my head
I'm
around
not
how
sure it's about the sleep. I felt like it was more about the drugs.
About
Like
the
you're
drugs.
alluding
Yeah.
that this person is still
the
drugged.
Viagra.
Yeah. I think that's what it was
they
about as well.
exactly.
See, I also
not
thought
about
that it disrupted that 3-second bit. Also disrupted. He has this nightmare with his mother, and his mother
mom.
kind of tells him like, you're in the right spot, like the osmanthus cake line or whatever. It's sort of a closure for his mommy issues.
Yeah.
And I was like, that, yeah, I can understand why letting those two up against each other, it feels really disjointed. And they just kept it really simple in the morning.
Yeah.
So I was like, narratively, I was like, oh, I can get it.
Mm-hmm. And then just finally, we just have the very last sort of, well, I don't think we really need to go into if the Jinzu accident didn't happen. That is an epilogue, like a bonus
I totally understood
chapter.
What they were going for, though.
Yeah, and they picked it up.
People were actually, like, what am I watching? It's like, it's like a what if, another timeline, basically.
Yeah, it's basically that. But I did really like their last bit where they were going, General Shi, if you encounter any danger, just hide behind me. And he says to her, you're already a mother of two. Grow up a bit, all right? And he says it with a smirk. And he's like,
that means this lady was pregnant for like 18 months of the 5 years. Like she stayed pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, if they're in a room for 7 days, they're busy.
They're busy.
They're busy.
I love that ending. Some people were very upset that we didn't get a second wedding, like the real wedding or whatever. I wasn't too upset. Were you guys upset?
No, I wasn't upset.
No.
All right.
I was fine with that.
Okay. I'm like jumping around like to finish my notes. The General guy that dies like kind of upright holding the flag.
Yes.
I thought he was completely underutilized in this show, and they killed him off too quickly. Come to find out in the book, he lives longer. He lives through like another battle. It's like different, and it's literally my complaint fixed in the book. So I was like, oh damn.
He teaches her a lot. Like all of the military, he teaches her a lot. Yeah.
And he tells her about her parents too. It's never like now I have to figure out somebody else who knows what's going on from 17 years ago. Also, second male lead Lee, the mole. The guy, he had nothing to do in the last like third of the show. Nothing big, substantial, relegated to a basic supporting character who just shows up on cue. The fight with the grandpa, him and his grandfather, the new like I didn't like that at all.
I did laugh at the whole trying to get Cheng Yu a teacher.
No, that is funny. That is funny. I love that.
That is funny. Only he can teach her.
Song Yang appearing again, and she's just like, of course I'm not going to learn from you. What do you think this is? Just show yourself.
Him being taught a lesson. Oh, loved it. Loved it.
Did you guys have a favorite kiss? Oh my god. Stumped the crowd.
I think the window. No.
I don't think the window scene.
The bathtub.
I think it's the bathtub. Yeah.
Bathtub.
The bathtub. It's got to be the bathtub, doesn't it? It's got to be the bathtub scene. Like,
window's pretty good too, but
the window is pretty good.
That bathtub when he like is over her.
Yep.
We can end on that.
Yeah, we can end on that.
We can. I mean,
we could literally talk forever about this, but we have been here for almost 5 hours.
Yeah.
So we are going to leave it there. There's so much more to talk about this drama, but there's just not enough hours in the day. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for taking such a big chunk of your day to come and chat to me about this.
I literally took off work for this. I literally cleared my schedule for this. Thank you so much for having us. And I had to Easter happened. We could have recorded over Easter weekend. I was like, no, Lord and Savior. And I'm so glad that we got to do this. And, you were so gracious to wait like a whole week. It feels so urgent. And I'm glad that we were able to capitalize on our excitement still and get it all out.
Absolutely.
I'm closing the book on Pursuit of Jade.
I don't think I can. I'm going to try. Okay. Well, I still have like some Patreon stuff to do because I'm going to do a book comparison on Patreon.
Fun.
So yeah, but
more to
hopefully
come.
I can like close it.
Well,
I just need a
subscribe to
new
her
drama.
Patreon.
Yes,
Subscribe to the
yes,
Tea and
and then you'll
Soju
get
Patreon.
more Pursuit of Jade stuff.
Yeah.
Guys, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Kdramasmusings. Please join me. I've posted on there more than I have the whole of 2025.
Very true.
She's doing great.
She is
Carol
awesome.
is doing great.
Definitely
She's
follow
coming
Carol.
back.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Daebak Pod, DAEBAKPOD. And then you can find the podcast wherever you get podcasts. Daebak K-Rambles Podcast. Of course, Liliana's on there a bunch. Carol's on there a bunch. And we have fun watching mostly K-dramas, but obviously sometimes cover some C-dramas. Yeah.
Yes.
Fun stuff.
I will make sure to link all of those in the episode notes, so make sure to check those out. And that is it. That is a wrap on the Pursuit of Jade episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been another episode of the Tea and Soju podcast, and we shall catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.